Once upon a time, Prince George arrived home after a day of exploring. "Hello dear," said Mummy Pig. "How was your day?" "It was fantastic," he replied. "And look what I found." And he can fly too, so he demonstrated. "So, Mummy, can I keep him?" "Sorry, George. He's far too dangerous to keep. Take him back to somewhere safe." So a sulking George flew the dragon away. He didn't want to lose his dragon, so he hid it nearby. "Nobody knows you're here, so you've got to be quiet and behave, and if you hear me whistle, come right away. Understand?" The dragon nodded and George went home. Unfortunately, the dragon had other ideas. Peppa then arrived home and noticed the burnt truck. "There's a burnt truck out here," she said. "Do you know anything about it?" "Uh-oh," said George, and he whistled. "I told you to get rid of the dragon, George," said Mummy Pig. "Don't worry, I will this time," he replied. "You could take him to Dragon Island," suggested Peppa. Everyone thought this was a good idea. The dragon was really happy there. Suddenly, George woke up. It had all just been a dream, he thought. Or had it?
Batman and Catwoman were looking at the Batcave screen when they saw the Joker, who had captured a Play-Doh blob. Batman got onto Thomas and raced off. Batman sneaked up behind the Joker and hit him on the head with the mallet. He then brought the Play-Doh blob back to the Batcave. I can hear something inside, said Batman. I'd better open it. It's Olaf from Frozen. Oh no, the penguin's caught another Play-Doh blob. You'd better go and get it, said Catwoman. I've got an idea how to catch him, said Batman. Batman went to his cupboard and pulled out a net. Batman took the net and threw it over the penguin. Caught you, he said to the penguin. He then brought the Play-Doh blob back to the Batcave. It's Rex from Toy Story. I can see another Play-Doh blob. It's with the Riddler, said Catwoman. Batman hopped onto Thomas and went off. Batman blocked the Riddler's swing and punched the Riddler in the face. The Play-Doh blob was then brought back to the Batcave. The Play-Doh blob was opened to find Smurfette inside. Batman, Harley Quinn has captured another Play-Doh blob. I'm tired, said Batman. Can you get the last Play-Doh blob, Catwoman? Catwoman clambered onto her motorbike and raced off. Catwoman pushed Harley Quinn into the water and took the Play-Doh blob. That's not the way back to the Batcave. She's trying to steal the Play-Doh blob, said Batman. I've got to stop her. Batman climbed onto Thomas and steamed away. This rope should stop her, said Batman. Catwoman, not noticing the rope, drove straight into it, crashing onto the ground. Batman then took the Play-Doh blob and brought it back to the Batcave. It's Sully from Monsters Inc. I can't believe that Catwoman betrayed me, but at least you're all safe now.
Thomas and Percy were busy working on the coastal branch line. The line went past a shipwrecked old pirate's boat. Sometimes, when they worked this line, Thomas and Percy would dress up like pirates for a bit of fun. Today was one of those days. They were just passing the shipwreck for the second time, when Thomas saw something, or someone. He stopped. Percy, can you see someone on the top deck of the ship? Percy looked. Yes, I can. I wonder who it is. He looks like a pirate. Just then, Stephen came steaming up the line. Oh, I'm so glad I found you, Thomas, said Stephen. Someone has stolen the Ulfstead Castle treasure. They all looked up at the ship again and saw the treasure. There it is, said Stephen. Let's get it. No, said Thomas. It's too dangerous for us. But I have a plan. The engine steamed off. Thomas and Percy then returned with their friend Jake. Jake will help us, said Thomas. He's used to dealing with pirates. The engines quietly steamed up to the shipwreck. There's Tick-Tock, said Jake. That must be Hook. I'll get your treasure back. He jumped out of the car and quietly ran up the ramp. Hook was busy looking out to sea, and he didn't notice Jake creep up and push the treasure down the ramp towards Thomas and Percy. Jake then turned to face Hook, who was unprepared. He hadn't got his cutlass with him. Jake gradually moved Hook down the ship until Hook had no option but to jump. Jake ran back down the ramp and lifted the treasure into Thomas's car. Thanks, Jake, said Thomas. Jake jumped into Percy's car and off the engines went to take the treasure back to Ulfstead Castle. As for Hook, he got lucky this time. He found a small island before Tick-Tock found him.
It was a warm, sunny day and Kitty was having some friends over. She was buying ingredients for sundaes she was going to make for her friends. She entered her house, unfortunately leaving her shopping outside. Oh, that must be Queen Elsa, Princess Anna and Barbie. But as she greeted them, others had spotted the shopping.
Banana. Banana.
Kitty went outside to get her shopping to make her sundaes. Oh no! Where have my bananas gone? I can't make banana sundaes with no bananas. I'll have to quickly go to the shop again. I'll come with you, said Princess Anna as she left the house. After a while, the minions started feeling really guilty.
Ow.
So they went to the shop to buy some flowers as a present to say sorry. Kitty made the delicious sundaes and everyone enjoyed them. But they still didn't know where the bananas had gone. I wonder if they'll ever find out. Princess Aurora was very excited. She was waiting for her great friends Princess Anna and Queen Elsa to arrive. Princess Aurora had something very special to show them. One of her favourite godmothers, Merryweather, was teaching her some magic and had lent her her wand to practice with. She had even baked some delicious cookies for them to eat. doorbell rang and she went to greet her friends.
Yum 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 yum. 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 Yummy 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 yummy.
But when she returned, the cookies had vanished. "What has happened to our cookies?" cried Princess Aurora. And then she thought, "I know what to do." And she showed Princess Anna and Queen Elsa her magic wand. She tapped the wand, and in the castle mirror the girls were able to see where the cookies were.
Yum 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 yum. Yum 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 yum. Yum 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 yum.
"I might have guessed it would be the Cookie Monster," said Princess Anna. "Don't worry, I have a plan," said Princess Aurora, and she tapped her wand again. Princess Aurora was able to bring the cookies magically back to the table. "Cookie Monster must be punished for being so naughty," she exclaimed, and she tapped the wand for the third and last time. "Oh dear, look what's happened to the Cookie Monster. He's turned into Mrs. Cookie Monster." He had to face all his Sesame Street friends looking like a lady. And the spell lasted a whole week before he could remove all the Play-Doh. That will teach him a lesson.
Mickey Mouse, Donald Duck and Pluto were out riding the Mickey Mouse train. They were meeting Minnie Mouse later in the day at the beach. They were having such a good time. They pulled up at a station for a quick break. Mickey turned to Donald to say that they were nearly at the beach. Donald turned to Pluto to tell him, but he wasn't there. "Where's Pluto?" said Donald to Mickey. Pluto actually hadn't been with them for quite a while. They looked all around, and then in the distance they spotted something. "There he is," said Mickey, "but I can't get my train over there to get him." Just then Percy came along. "Oh, Percy," said Mickey, "can you help us? My dog Pluto is right over there, but I can't get my train there to get him back. Can you help us fetch him, please?" Percy agreed, and Donald Duck jumped aboard Percy. When they reached Pluto, they found him with a big pile of bones. "So that's why you ran off," said Donald. Donald and Pluto hopped onto Percy and off they set. But Pluto couldn't bear to part with the bones. He jumped off the train, but this time Donald saw him. Percy reversed and they got Pluto on board with all the bones. They made it back to Mickey. They had to load all the bones on Mickey's train as well. But at last they were ready to go to the beach. Minnie Mouse was already at the beach when they arrived. Pluto was chewing on one of his many bones, and Mickey had a lovely bunch of flowers for Minnie. They all had a great time at the beach.
"This looks like a nice place to stop," said Mickey Mouse to Pluto, and he parked his camper van close to the lake. First of all, they got the boat down from the roof. Then they opened the van up and got the barbecue, table and chairs out. Peppa Pig, Mummy and George then drove up. They were looking for a good spot for a picnic. "Come and join us," said Mickey. So they parked up. "Would you like something to eat?" Mickey looked in his fridge, but then said, "How about some cookies? There's some in the oven." Mickey got them out of the oven, but they were too hot to eat. "Would you like to go for a boat ride, Peppa, while the cookies cool down?" "Oh yes please," said Peppa, and George said yes as well. They put on their life jackets and got in the boat. While they were in the boat, somebody crept up and pinched the cookies. The Cookie Monster ran off to the station to make his getaway. Percy arrived and on he jumped. Peppa, George and Mickey were on the other side of the lake when Percy went past.
Yum 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 yum. Yum 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 yum. Yum.
"That was the Cookie Monster with our cookies," said Mickey, and they headed for the shore. Mummy Pig said that she knew a shortcut to the town and could beat Percy there, and off she drove. Percy pulled into the town station. Cookie Monster got off Percy and had to face Mummy Pig. "Why did you pinch our cookies?" she said. "If you'd have asked for one, we'd have let you have one." The Cookie Monster felt sorry and agreed to bring them back with Mummy Pig. When they arrived back, everybody helped themselves to a cookie, which left one for the Cookie Monster. "Go on then," said Mickey, "you can have it." And the Cookie Monster gulped it down.
Yum 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 yum. Yum 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 yum. Yum 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 yum.
"Good morning, everybody!" shouted Peppa. It was another school day with their teacher, Madame Gazelle. Peppa loved school. They were waiting for their friends, Zoe and Pedro, who they went to school with. When they arrived, Mummy Pig said goodbye and they started their short walk to school. On the other side of town, at the Ponyville schoolhouse, the teacher, Cheerily, was preparing her classroom for the day's lessons. But today was going to be very different from a usual day. Peppa and her friends arrived at the school, but it was closed. Miss Rabbit then appeared and told the children that their teacher, Madame Gazelle, wasn't feeling very well, and today they were going to be taught at the Ponyville schoolhouse by Cheerily. Miss Rabbit then gave all the children an apple to take with them. She heard that Cheerily liked apples. James arrived to take Peppa, her friends and their apples on the journey across town. arrived, they said hello to Cheerily and then went to sit down. They all gave Cheerily an apple, except George, who said that he was sorry, but he'd lost his apple. Actually, George ate it as they were getting off the train. He'd felt hungry. Cheerily began her lesson. After a while, it was time for a break, and they went straight to the slide and swing, although they were all a little bit too big for the swing except George. Cheerily had a lovely meal of apples. Break over and they sat down again for more lessons. Then school had finished. They all thanked Cheerily for teaching them, and George confessed that he hadn't lost his apple. He'd actually felt quite hungry and eaten it. "Don't worry," said Cheerily, "I had 3 apples and I feel quite full." James left for the trip across town and dropped them off at the playground by Peppa's house. They'd all had a great day, but wanted a quick play before returning to their homes.
Oh no! Lizard, Venom and the Green Goblin have robbed the bank. Luckily, some of the Avengers were nearby. Captain America informed the Hulk and Iron Man, and off they went. When they got to the bank, no one was there. But the bags of stolen money were. Very strange, thought Iron Man.
Hold on,
Growled the Hulk.
these are full of underwear, not money.
Oh no, cried Captain America. We've been tricked. Hulk was getting angry. What the superheroes didn't realise was that Lizard, Venom and the Green Goblin were all hiding on the roof with a net. They threw it on the heroes. "We're stuck!" cried Captain America. The bad guys climbed down and showed them the real money before running away. Splatter, Dodge and Diesel 10 had agreed to be their getaway trains. However, what they didn't realise was that there was a 4th hero in the net. Ant-Man. "Go get them, Ant-Man," said Captain America. So Ant-Man hopped through one of the holes in the net and ran after the trains. Luckily, he knew a shortcut. So he got into place and waited for the first train. When Dodge arrived, he gave him a good thump, which knocked him right off the track. "What was that?" asked Dodge. "I don't know," replied Lizard, but Ant-Man wasn't done. He went over to Lizard and knocked him down too, before heading off to the next train. What the? Said Splatter. Again, Ant-Man made sure the Green Goblin couldn't escape, and went off to sort out the final train. He hit Diesel 10 so hard, the bridge broke. Ant-Man also sorted out them. He then returned the money to the bank and freed the superheroes. Thanks, Ant-Man, said Captain America. What do we do with the bad guys? Asked Iron Man. I think they've learnt their lesson, said Ant-Man. So we'll leave them where they are for now.
It had been a quiet day on the island of Sodor, until some uninvited visitors appeared. Who are these masked villains causing mayhem? Asked the Topham Hatt to himself. Looks like a job for the Avengers. I thought it may have been you four engines, exclaimed Sir Topham Hatt. Thank you very much, superheroes. Yet again, you have saved the day.
It was a lovely sunny autumn day and everybody was having fun. Zoe and Danny were at the cafe enjoying a delicious cookie and a strawberry milkshake. Pocoyo, Candy and Peppa were at the duck pond sailing their toy boats. Rebecca, Susie and Miss Rabbit were having fun on the swings. And Emily and Pedro were busy on the slide. Mummy Pig was enjoying the fresh air and sunshine when Grandma Pig hurried out of the house looking a little worried. "Mummy Pig, have you seen George?" she asked. "We were supposed to be making some chocolate cupcakes, but he's vanished and I can't see him anywhere. Did he come outside?" "Oh dear, I haven't seen him at all," said Mummy Pig. "He can't have gone far. I'll have a look for him." So she bustled over to the cafe to ask Zoe and Danny if they had seen him. "No, we're sorry we haven't seen him here," answered Danny. Mummy Pig then hurried over to the duck pond. "Have you seen George?" she asked Peppa. "No, sorry Mummy," said Peppa. "He hasn't been here." "Have you tried the swings?" she suggested. So Mummy Pig went to the swings. "George hasn't been here," answered Miss Rabbit. "We haven't seen him at all." Mummy Pig was starting to get worried. The slide was the last place to look, but when she asked Emily, she got the same response. "Oh dearie me, what are we going to do?" she said sadly. Just then, Pedro, who was standing at the top of the slide, started shouting excitedly. "I can see him!" he exclaimed and pointed to the top of the house. Naughty George had climbed on top of the roof. "George," she shouted, "how did you get up there?" "Don't move, we'll try to get you down." A large crowd had started to form in front of the house. "Help!" cried George. "I'm stuck." "I'll get a ladder," said Pocoyo, and off he went. He soon returned, but the ladder was not long enough to reach George. "I could get my helicopter," suggested Miss Rabbit. "What a great idea!" "Can I come too?" asked Peppa. "Yes, of course," agreed Mummy Pig. And so Miss Rabbit and Peppa climbed into the helicopter and off they went. Soon the helicopter arrived at the house with the winch lowered, and it hovered above George. George was securely tied into the harness, and the helicopter gently carried George safely down to the ground to a big cheer from the crowd. "Oh, thank goodness you're safe!" exclaimed Mummy Pig. "But you must not climb on top of the house again. It's very dangerous and very naughty," she scolded. "I'm sorry, Mummy," said George quietly. "I'll never do that again. It was far too scary." And the crowd all gave a sigh of relief. Thank you for watching our video. To see more, please click on any of these clips. And if you haven't already subscribed, go on, do so now. And don't forget to give us a like. See you soon!